Hello, welcome back to the channel, and thank you for tuning in again. Today's story touches on the intersection of healthcare, human compassion, and societal tensions. It's about a woman who went to a public clinic in Johannesburg, unaware that she would be denied access. Stay with me till the end so you can hear where we got this news from and verify it yourself. And before we dive in, if you're new here, please subscribe. Your support helps us bring stories like this to light, stories that impact our communities every day. Here's what happened. A woman arrived at a busy Johannesburg public clinic. She wasn't looking for headlines, she simply needed medical help. Maybe she was feeling ill, or needed chronic medication, or had the flu. Whatever it was, it brought her to the clinic door. She went in calmly, showing whatever documentation she had, assuming treatment was her right. Instead, she was met with resistance. She claims the clinic staff turned her away, telling her she wasn't allowed to get treated. Shocked, she left the facility confused and upset, not understanding why she was being denied care. Reports suggest that she had recently moved to South Africa and hadn't yet finalized her paperwork. While she may not have been fully documented, the law states that everyone, including asylum seekers, refugees, and visitors, has the right to basic health care, especially in emergencies or for essential services. This situation has sparked a heated conversation about who the public healthcare system is meant to serve. This incident isn't happening in isolation. Asylum seekers, migrants, and undocumented residents frequently face this kind of barrier when accessing healthcare. Many don't have proper documentation or struggle to renew permits, and when they need help, that shouldn't be a barrier to care. South Africa's constitution is clear that no one should be denied emergency medical care regardless of their immigration status. The National Health Act supports this, too. What makes stories like hers particularly painful is how these moments get carried into broader narratives. Campaigns like Operation Dugula and similar watchdog movements continue to pressure health workers to check identification and refuse undocumented patients, despite the legal protections in place. It's not just about one patient being turned away, it's about how policies and public sentiment are shifting towards suspicion instead of compassion. To understand the impact, imagine being in her shoes, ill, far from home, seeking help, and instead being told you're not welcome. Public health care was once seen as a lifeline for all, used by everyone in a community, regardless of background. Now, the perception is shifting. Are clinics becoming checkpoints, where your papers matter more than your pain? On the ground, some doctors and nurses are raising alarms. They warn that denying care can have dangerous side effects. Conditions left untreated can become emergencies, infectious diseases can spread, and trust in the system erodes. When people fear seeking help, the public health consequences can ripple through entire neighborhoods. Across social media, reactions are mixed. Some South Africans say, she shouldn't expect help if she isn't legal. Others reply, but we were once treated like refugees, did she lose her humanity? The debates often become heated, but they reveal how deeply divided we are when it comes to helping those who aren't documented. Yes, our clinics are stretched thin. Staff shortages, long queues, medicine stockouts, and infrastructure issues are real. Citizens suffer within the system already. Many argue that priority should be given to South African citizens. But then again, caution becomes cruelty when people are denied care for immediate needs. Imagine pleading for help only to be told you don't qualify because of your visa status. What also emerges from her story is how bureaucracy fails humanity. Paperwork takes time, applications get delayed, and waiting for permits can take months. Should someone's life be put at risk while waiting in queues for documents? Many think not. Civil society organizations are speaking up. Groups like Section 27 are reminding clinics and officials that denying care to undocumented people violates both the Constitution and human rights. Some legal advocates are even preparing to take test cases to court to uphold access to health care. On a lighter note, the irony isn't lost. One viewer joked that maybe clinics should print "Welcome, even if your passport expired yesterday" on entrance signs. Another quipped that emergencies need no visa, flu doesn't ask for a passport before it hits. While these remarks are jest, they shine a spotlight on how absurd it is to turn away a patient in need. This isn't just one woman's experience, it's a flashpoint in a growing struggle for inclusion. How do we make our public services humane, accessible, and fair? How do we stand firm on constitutional rights while managing real resource constraints? These are the tough questions. For many of us watching at home, we might not be undocumented, but we are taxpayers, neighbors, humans. We sometimes worry about our own access to services. We don't want violence in the streets, but we also don't want the erosion of law in the name of survival. Balancing compassion and order is difficult, but it's part of building a society we want to live in. If you have seen follow-up information, like how the clinic addressed the incident, whether she filed a complaint, or if rights groups took up the case, drop it in the comments. Let's keep tracking this together. Thank you for staying with me. I appreciate your attention to a story that asks us to reflect on our shared values. All images used in this video are for illustration purposes only. Sources: ENCA coverage of clinic denial, Section 27 warning about denying undocumented patients, National Department of Health statement on access to care. Finally, I leave you with a soft question to think about: should anyone be denied health care when they are sick, or is our duty to care for all those who need help during their darkest moments, no matter where they come from?